Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to brand new video. A lot has happened at Arsenal ever since we reviewed the transfer window. It was a little bit boring in June, but it has picked up in July. In this video, we dive into each and every signing that's happening at Arsenal, especially those ones that are 100% confirmed, but also those ones that are going to be 100% confirmed in the next few days. This will include outgoings and incomings, as in the last 7 days, Arsenal have worked more towards outgoings rather than incomings as well. But of course, we expect more incomings after Calafiori and after a couple of goalkeepers signing for the club. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. This is what Arsenal have been up to in this window. Purely amazing business by Edu and Mikel Arteta. And I would say if we could add around 2-3 signings to this summer, it could be a 10 out of 10. So let's start off with the outgoings. We've done some good work there. Arsenal are not known for their good business in terms of selling, but this time we have been absolutely on top of our game. We announced and we confirmed the departure of Nuno Tavares to Lazio. That is done. That is dusted. Arsenal will receive 9 million plus a sell-on fee if the player goes on to do well. Again, in the last 20 days, Arsenal confirmed that Albert Sambi-Lokonga will be leaving the club and actually left the club to join Sevilla. That is also another loan deal that will include a sell-on fee, but also it has a buy option. That means that if it does well at Sevilla, Arsenal will actually get 12 million, but there will be a sell-on clause as well in that deal. Those are the first ones that we did in the summer, and around that time, Arsenal completed their first signing of the summer, and that was Lucas Nigard. Now, I'll take Lucas Nigard as the first signing of the summer because David Raya was already an Arsenal goalkeeper, was already an Arsenal player, and we really didn't have to, announce him as a first signing. So Lucas Nigard, young goalkeeper, joined the team. He's going to be predominantly part of the under-18s, under-21s, and under-23s, but he's been part of our preseason, and he was in goal when Arsenal beat Leyton Orient by 2-0. So Lucas Nigard was our first signing of the summer this summer. In terms of outgoings, still, Thomas Partey this week has confirmed that he's going to be staying at Arsenal. That is his priority. He wants to stay at the club, at least run down his contract, and then he can leave the club on a free next summer. That has seen Arsenal backtrack on all their moves for a defensive midfielder. Actually, right now, Arsenal's priority is now to go out there and sign a number 8 rather than in number 6. Looks like Mikel Arteta is convinced about Thomas Partey's fitness. He played in that game that Arsenal beat Leyton Orient 2-0, and you expect him to play against Bournemouth, Manchester United, and Liverpool during pre-season. This is a very big one for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, as the market is very difficult, but also the market is very dry. You don't expect to get a good signing that can replace Thomas Partey right away. So Mikel Arteta is on the winning side here. He keeps his man, Partey keeps his place, and the Arsenal fans keep their player. There could be a world, and there's still a possibility that Arsenal could go out there and try and bid for Bruno Guimaraes, as links have been linking Guimaraes once again to Arsenal, but that is now very slim. It looks like Partey staying means Arsenal signing number 8, and then we address the number 6 situation right next summer. In terms of outgoings, this week, Reiss Nelson has agreed personal terms with West Ham. The player already told Arsenal in the last 20 days that he wants to leave Arsenal and he wants to go on. He wants to assess his options. West Ham have been the leading contender to get Reiss Nelson. Now, of course, he's one of those players earning 100k per week at Arsenal, and the situation around the club is that if we are going to bring in more players, if the strategy is that if we are going to sign at least 2-3 players, we are going to get rid of at least 2-3 players as well. Reiss Nelson is definitely one of the casualties that are going to be leaving Arsenal this summer. I think for me, he overstayed his stay at Arsenal, should have left the club a long time ago. The problem with this deal for him to go to West Ham is that West Ham are telling Arsenal, we want to get him on loan first. We try him, we test him, and then we can give you some money at the end of the transfer window. Sorry, at the end of the season. Arsenal are saying, not really. We want to get some money this summer as we trust Reece Nelson as a good player. And I'm with Arsenal on this one. Reece Nelson is not a player that should go out on loan in order to be verified by a club. I think his talent is there. His quality is there. And although the team is not using him as Arsenal, he can easily go into another team, Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace, West Ham, and do a very good job for them. So, Reece Nelson, personal terms are agreed. Arsenal have not agreed a fee for the player with West Ham, but that is expected to be on the next stages. Now, in terms of incomings there, Arsenal have also signed Tommy Setford. Tommy Setford comes in from Ajax. Today is, a very, very big day for the player because Ajax have announced that the player has left them and joined Arsenal officially. Arsenal have also announced him officially and, they have given him that responsibility as a new goalkeeper. And we're hearing that he's going to be a big part of Arsenal's preseason tour. But eventually, he's going to work under Pamet Saka with the youngest squad. Of course, he's 18 at the moment. You expect him to be, in the younger ranks, in the youth ranks for quite some time. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. But at least we're going to see what he's all about in this preseason. I think it's a little bit an upgrade on the likes of Karl Hein, on the likes of Lucas Nygard. Probably not on Karl Hein, maybe at the same level as Karl Hein, Arsenal's third choice goalkeeper. And if Arsenal don't get to sign a third choice goalkeeper this summer, you never know. We might see Tommy Setford as a player that will be part of this Arsenal squad in the UEFA Champions League and also, in a couple of other scenarios as well. So Tommy Setford and Lucas Nygard, those are two goalkeepers that have been, officially announced as new signings for Arsenal. Regarding goalkeepers as well, Arsenal are looking at two goalkeepers that they think could be good replacements for Aaron Ramsdale. One of them is Andre Lunin. Andre Lunin is a player that Arsenal have sent an offer to. However, we don't have good feedback yet. Arsenal also looking at Joan Garcia at Espanyol. Those two goalkeepers are the two confirmed candidates that Arsenal are looking to sign should Aaron Ramsdale leave the club. Ramsdale this summer has got a couple of clubs interested. Southampton we're hearing and also Burnley as well. So let's wait and see. But for the moment, at least we can confirm that Arsenal are looking to sign at least two other goalkeepers. Dan Bentley is another goalkeeper that we have had in the media a lot and is again a player that Arsenal have made a bid for. So that's another confirmed target. Arsenal will try to get this deal done before we can play Manchester United and Liverpool. But even if we play them and he's not joined yet, he has a big chance of joining Arsenal this summer as a new member of the squad. So in terms of goalkeeping, looks like that's where Arsenal are opening up their eyes. Our eyes are, lighting up a little bit. We're trying to see, can we get in some better quality? Can we get in some better players in that area? Still among the confirmed targets this summer, Arsenal have signed Ricardo Calafiori finally. This one took time. This one took its time, and we thought it was never going to happen. But finally, Arsenal agreed a deal with Bologna to get the player to Arsenal. The deal is done. According to Fabrizio Romano, the player himself wanted Arsenal only. Madrid tried to hijack, Juventus came back, and another Premier League team came back to hijack the deal. But Ricardo Calafiori wanted Arsenal and wanted Arsenal only. He's gonna come in on a 5-year deal, signing until 2029. Presumably, he's going to play as a left back or as a left centre back. We're going to see, but he can play in both places. David Ornstein from The Athletic has confirmed that he was priority, top target for Mikel Arteta as a young centre-back. So Ricardo Calafiori is officially Arsenal's biggest signing of the summer. He won't be the only one. Arsenal looking at other, areas as well. Like I said, goalkeeping. Like I said, the midfield is also something we are looking to do, and the attack. But at the moment, Ricardo Calafiori, Arsenal's biggest signing of the summer. In defense, we are done. We are not going to see Mikel Arteta trying to jumbo around and gamble around trying to sign another player unless he's absolutely crazy. We will see a couple of outgoings because Ricardo Calafiori coming in means that Jakub Kiwior now is on the verge of leaving Arsenal. He's a player that was wanted by Bologna, but the player said, I don't want to go to Bologna. If I'm going to leave Arsenal, I want to go to a club that is much better than Bologna. I want to go to AC Milan. I want to go to Napoli. I want to go to Juventus. So that deal didn't happen. So Ricardo Calafiori coming in, Jakub Kiwior and Alexander Zinchenko as well, who has changed his agents, could be out of the door. I want your thoughts on that. Whether you think we should let go of two or just one as we bring in Ricardo Calafiori. In terms of outgoings, Edouard Nketiah has received a mega offer. Arsenal have received an offer for Eddie Nketiah from Olympique Marseille. Olympique Marseille view Eddie Nketiah and they regard him as a top target for them. He's a player that Roberto De Zerbi wanted at Brighton and still wants while he has just signed for his new club at Olympique Marseille. Of course, Marseille have signed Mason Greenwood and now they're looking to get Eddie Nketiah to replace Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Arsenal are looking at around 40 million for Eddie Nketiah. I mean, the quoted price was even 50, but it is expected that a fee around 25 million to 35 million could tempt Arsenal to get the deal done. In my opinion, I'm going to say this, 25 million, a little bit low, 35 million, a little bit fair, but the world is not always fair. So if we could get 31 to 33 million for Eddie Nketiah, I'm 100% okay with that. That's a good deal. That would be a fantastic deal for Arsenal. So Olympique Marseille look like they are closing in on the deal as they have already sent in their offer and they are in talks with Arsenal regarding the future of the player. There's no problem between Eddie Nketiah and Olympique Marseille. Terms are not yet agreed, but they're not going to be a problem. The player is already open to going there, and of course a couple of other clubs are going to come with a couple of bids. A couple of clubs want Eddie Nketiah. West Ham, we hear. Brighton, we hear. And Crystal Palace as well. So in the coming days, in the coming weeks, we might see Eddie Nketiah trying to decide where he goes next. Does he go to Olympique Marseille? Does he go to Crystal Palace? But at the moment, Marseille are leading the race to sign him. An offer is on the table and negotiations between Arsenal and the entourage of Olympique Marseille are happening as Eddie Nketiah has given the green light to join Olympique Marseille this summer. Arsenal have got a decision to make because among all the strikers that we are linked with, we have one left on the market, and that is Victor Gyökeres. Now, according to reports, Victor Gyökeres is still a very big name inside the walls at Arsenal, and Arsenal could make a move for Victor Gyökeres this summer. He's one of the confirmed strikers that we've been linked with whole summer, and at the moment, I can tell you guys that Osimhen is going to PSG, Zaxi is gone, Sesko has stayed at the club where he wanted to stay, and all the other strikers that we wanted have either seemingly vanished or they've decided to stay at their clubs or they've found a new club. So among all the strikers we wanted, about 10 strikers, we are left with one option, and that is Victor Gyökeres. So if Arsenal are really going to sign a striker this summer with Eddie Nketiah getting out of the door, it might be as well Victor Gyökeres. This one is not an easy deal as Sporting Lisbon are still saying we are still waiting for that good offer. We're still waiting for someone to trigger the release clause of the player, for someone to give us 100 million euros. Arsenal saying, we are not giving you 100 million euros, but we know at some point in time you are going to be able to sell. So this one is about kind of patience. It's a waiting game. If Arsenal could wait longer, 100%, they'll get him. If Sporting Lisbon could wait longer, they will get some cash. It's not one I expect to get done quickly, but it's one I expect to have at least some conversations about towards the closure of the transfer window. Now, Mikel Moreno in midfield, at the moment, Arsenal want one midfielder only, and that is Mikel Moreno. A couple of weeks ago, when we were trying to review where Arsenal were and what we're trying to do, I think we had a couple of midfielders, around 10, 20 midfielders that Arsenal were linked with: Eze, Merino, Onana, Luiz, Joao Neves. Right now, all those players have settled at a new club. Most of them have not even stayed at their parent clubs. Most of them have settled for a new club. So it looks like Mikel Merino is the one that Arsenal are going to 100% die with this summer. It's a good deal. Arsenal feel it's a market opportunity. You can get him for 20 million euros. 1 year on his deal. He's 28. He's got the experience, and he can come in to replace ESR. So if we get rid of ESR for 35 million and bring in the player in Mikel Merino for 20 million, that is actually a very good deal. We keep some profit, and of course, ESR is 100% pure profit. And lastly, the player that Arsenal wanted to keep but will not be able to keep is Emile Smith-Rowe. Emile Smith-Rowe has received now 2 bids from 2 clubs, and all those bids are in the region of what Arsenal are thinking. Arsenal want around 40 million, but Crystal Palace and Fulham have both made bids close to 30 million pounds, and both clubs still think that they can go back into their drawing boards, into their boardrooms, and better the offers. Arsenal are skeptical about selling ESR, but right now it looks like it's going to be out of the door. That is confirmed. So in terms of the general picture of the window so far with Arsenal, we have signed 2 goalkeepers in Lucas Nigard and Tommy Setford. Ricardo Calafiori has also signed from Bologna. Victor Gyökeres is the only striker available among the ones we want, and Mikel Merino is the midfielder Arsenal are pushing to sign. In terms of outgoings, we've done much better than incomings. This is quite a very worrying window when Arsenal do better in outgoings rather than incomings. It's a weird window. But ESR talks are ongoing to join a new club. Edin Ketia has agreed to join Marseille. Rhys Nelson has agreed to join West Ham. Thomas Partey has decided to stay. Lokonga has gone to Sevilla, and Nuno Tavares has decided to join Lazio on a permanent deal. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. That is where we are in the window. Hopefully, by the time we do another review, we are in a much better place.